What's up, guys? It's Dakota, and today we're going to be going over another Ikoria Lair of Behemoths spoiler. This one came in the last week, like set of spoilers and things like that. And it was a card that I really wanted to go over because I think it shows how busted and part of the ways that this mutate mechanic can be pretty much abused. Illuna, Apex of Wishes, is two, a green, a blue, and a red for 6/6 flying trample, and it has a mutate cost for three of any color, a red or green hybrid, and then double blue. Uh, so whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card on the battlefield or into your hand. So what? Why did I choose this card in specific? Uh, of all like the mutate cards and things like that, I think this one has the ability to have the most abusable ability to it. Uh, because most of the time, whenever you're exiling cards from the top of your library to then either cast something or put something into play, the uh, cost or like the effect or whatever usually has you shuffle your library. So with Illuna, I feel as if you are able to manipulate the top of your deck in some sort of way, whether like it's in standard like Cavalier of Gales or in some of the like older formats, like especially in Commander, where you could literally just like uh, play say like Worldly Tutor or something like that, put a creature on top, and then mutate Ulna onto like Mana Dork, a non-human like Mana Dork or something like that, and then you just reveal that creature, and then you just automatically get to put it into play. So I think, in my honest opinion, that like there's a ton of like powerful permanents in all the formats. Like it's standard, obviously, you can find like some very powerful permanents. I don't think this will make its way into modern. Pioneer's a possibility, but with the format as fast as it is, I feel like it's really slow unless you have like a creature that just can win you the game on the spot. But especially like really in like the commander formats and the different commander variants, standard, I think this could see some possible play in like some like a Teamer Fires deck. Peter Glogowski, or Piotr Glogowski, talked about playing like Growth Spiral into Fires of Invention and getting to play like Cavalier of Gales and like Cavalier of whatever it is, like the red one. Oh, like those cards where like you can just draw a ton of cards, or especially with the Cavalier Ghost, what you're talking about earlier, like you just get to draw three cards. You put two cards on top of your library, and then like say the top card's like a land, so then you draw that, but then you have like another Cavalier on top, and then you just mutate Illuna on top or on the bottom of the Cavalier Gales, and then you just get to play the other Cavalier for free, essentially. You know, and you're not casting the card, you're just revealing cards and then putting that card onto the battlefield. So then, if you do have a Fires of Invention in play, you're not using the Fires like restriction of just being able to cast two spells. Like you were able to cast another spell, which could be another mutate creature to blow up an artifact or enchantment your opponent controls, which I will be going over that card later because I think that one's just insane. And or some of the other ones that have just recently been spoiled. Like I feel like the mutate mechanic on some creatures obviously is worse than just casting the creature for its regular cost, or like its effect isn't worth the mutation. But then like some of these other cards like Illuna definitely have ways that you can break them, or at least find ways to abuse them and make the most of it. Even just blind flipping into a permanent, that's not really a bad thing. I mean, you're obviously getting a 6/6 flying trample creature, and then getting another permanent. Obviously, like if you flip a dork, it's bad, but at least with this, you're not going to flip a land if you just fill your deck with like bigger creatures. Then you are able to put it on the battlefield, and even if like it's another Illuna or something, like you can just put it into your hand and then basically like mutate again and spin the wheel again. I think this is definitely a card that you can build around in standard. It's at least worth a shot. Like I said, I think in a fires type shell, this card can be really good. especially in conjunction with like Cavalier of Gales and just getting to brainstorm, put land on top, and then put a fatty underneath of it, and then just getting to like mutate into that card and put that card into play. Or like I said, even putting your hand isn't a bad thing. Like if you hit a mutate creature and you can cast like the card for like its mutate cost or something to then get more value from Illuna, that works too. You know, like I feel like there's a win-win when you decide to not put a creature into play or put a permanent card into play. Especially when it comes to like those mutate creatures that do give you that additional value when you do mutate. So that's my thoughts and opinions on Luna. Definitely a fun card to play with in like Commander, and especially like I think brew around with in Standard. I wouldn't expect this card to see much play and like all the other like Eternal formats because if it was like an Enter the Battlefield, if it was like when it entered the battlefield or mutated, then I could see maybe like some weird legacy decks like playing around with it. You know, getting to play like Brainstorm, Force of Will, things like that, to just like flip over into another a non-land card or a non-land permanent card like Gristlebrand or something like that, and then just getting to put it into play and not having to really worry about the size of your library or like milling over the other cards because obviously your whole goal was to get to like Gristlebrand or like Emrakul or something like that. So yeah, I think this is a very powerful card with a very powerful effect. It can be super aggressive or just be in like this value type thing. Like I said, with like Just Guy Fires or rather like a Teamer Fires deck in Standard. Super like valuey like grindy Teamer deck and like Pioneer or something like that, and then definitely in Commander just being a super powerful card that you can cast with this mutate cost and get to put a bunch of like powerful cards that are essentially like legal in the super powerful format into play for free because of Illuna Apex of Wishes ability. And again, definitely has combo potential with like finding one specific permanent if you so choose to. Obviously, it makes it harder for like mutating, but there's obviously ways to get around it and things like that. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, my analysis of Illuna Apex of Wishes. Again, really powerful card. I would love to have it see some play because if there's a deck that can play this card, I definitely want to play it. It just speaks to me. Really awesome. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Uh, Comment down below any cards that you've seen from like spoiler season that you're kind of super hyped for. I'm gonna be putting out another video or more videos like through the coming weeks of or days rather of more cards that I think that are going to see standard play or just cards that I think that are really cool. And I think this one definitely falls into the category of both. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out for those videos, deck techs, all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, just enjoy spoiler season because I think standard's about to get really shaken up here in the coming weeks after the set is officially released on like Arena and things like that. So that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.